Just hit a button, Morty, give me a beat!
Oh man, okay, alright,
How Jurgen Klopp beat Mikel Arteta, Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1 a tactical analysis. For cheap good quality football jerseys, go over to www.jerseyfever.com where they have the new season's jerseys, available from just $25, and they have retro jerseys as well. A link will be left in the description, and if you use the coupon code ATLANTISFOOTBALL you'll get 5% off. So the game finished with Liverpool recording an expected goals rate of 2.74, with Arsenal only having 1.18, showing that statistically Klopp's side deserved the victory. But how did they go about doing this tactically? So going into the game, Klopp lined up his side in his familiar 4-3-3 system with Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, Robertson at left back, with a centre back pairing of Van Dijk and Gomez. Fabinho played as the deepest midfielder with Wijnaldum and Keita in front, as Salah started from the right of the front three, Mane played from the left and Firmino played as a false 9. Arteta used a 5-4-1 shape with Leno in goal, a back three of Holding, Luiz and Tierney. Bellerin played at right wing back, Ainsley Maitland-Niles played at left wing back, with Xhaka and Elneny playing as a midfield double pivot. Willian played as a right winger, Aubameyang played from the left, and Lacazette played up front. So first of all, let's look at how Arsenal set up defensively. From the start of the game we saw Liverpool dominating possession, with Arsenal not pressing extremely aggressively, but sitting assertively in a 5-4-1 shape, where the front five sat in a narrow pentagon shape, often moving to a 3-4-3 when Liverpool had the ball in their defensive third, as Aubameyang and Willian pushed up alongside Lacazette to create a narrow front three, as Lacazette looked to cut off the passing lane into Fabinho. We also saw Elneny and Xhaka always pushing up to man-to-man press Liverpool's deepest midfielders, usually Fabinho and Wijnaldum. The Arsenal wing-backs would also push up onto Robertson and Alexander-Arnold to continue to cut off Liverpool's passing options. In possession we saw Liverpool's 4-3-3 transition into a 2-3-5 shape as the fullbacks pushed high up the pitch and the two wide central midfielders, Keita and Wijnaldum, pulled out into wide and deep positions to fill the vacated space left by the advancing fullbacks. This was done as it would give Liverpool a wider base to circulate the ball when in the middle third, making it harder for the Arsenal front five to close off those passing lanes, and also stretching the Arsenal midfield, opening up those spaces for Salah and Mane to move into between the lines as the passing lanes were created. When Arsenal had possession we saw their 5-4-1 shape shift into a 2-3-2-3 shape, which has been a feature of Arteta's side's play in recent games. This comes from Tierney, the left-sided centre-back, pushing forward and wider to become a traditional left-back in possession, which allows Luiz to push over to the left to create a back four type of system. Xhaka drops deeper and Ainsley Maitland-Niles plays a role of an inverted wing-back, pushing infield into a midfield position. This allows Arteta's side to move from a more defensive 5-4-1 shape into a shape more conducive to a possession-oriented approach, as now Arsenal have more options in central midfield, which in theory would allow them to progress the ball forward quicker with short passes than they would otherwise be able to do with a two-man midfield of Xhaka and Elneny. However, Liverpool combated this in their usual way, which was by pressing very aggressively from the front. The front three are excellent at maintaining a narrow shape, but more importantly, quickly closing down the play with the ball and also cutting off passing lanes in behind them. This can be seen here as the ball is shifted to Luiz inside his own box. Rather than approaching him straight on, Salah comes from a wider position to cut off the passing lane into Tierney, whilst Mane also pushes over to create a condensing box pressing style, cutting off the passing lane back to the keeper. Every player is cutting off a passing lane, reducing Luiz's options. Mane is cutting off the pass to Leno, Firmino is cutting off the pass to Elneny, Salah cuts off the pass to Tierney, and Keita is pushing up onto Xhaka. Luiz subsequently tries to play a pass into Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who is moving deep to provide an option, but Liverpool's press is so good that we see Alexander-Arnold right up alongside Maitland-Niles to take advantage of a misplaced pass and enable Liverpool to win the ball back on the edge of the Arsenal box. Before I analyse the Arsenal goal, if you are looking to stream video content from other countries like from Netflix, Hulu or even live football, then you need ExpressVPN. I personally use it to watch programmes on Netflix that aren't available in the UK and stream football matches that I otherwise wouldn't be able to watch. ExpressVPN has given me a massive discount of 49% for my subscribers for a limited time, meaning that if you sign up for a year you'll get a massive discount working out at just £5.36 a month, 3 months free, and you'll be supporting the channel. The link will be left in the description below. So despite the Liverpool dominance in terms of possession, it was Arsenal who got the breakthrough. When Arsenal would win the ball back in their defensive third, they would look to use Lacazette as a forward to bounce a ball off by playing direct vertical passes into his feet when he dropped off from the forward line, from where he had an excellent weight of pass to bring other players into the attack. This is exactly what he did for the goal, playing a perfectly weighted first time pass into Maitland-Niles' path, who had broken away down the left into the space vacated by the advanced Alexander-Arnold. Maitland-Niles' eventual cross was a poor one, but Robertson got the clearance all wrong and knocked the ball straight into Lacazette's path, who fumbled it past Alisson, giving Arsenal the lead. However, Liverpool were able to get the equaliser, which did stem from the movement of the front three and the wide central midfielders. The starting position of Salah when Liverpool are in possession varies. Most often he's sitting narrow, taking up a position in the half space, but when the ball moves over to the right side, as it did on this occasion, he will pull out to stretch the opposition's back line. This creates space in the half space, in behind Xhaka and in front of Luiz, for Keita, the wide right central midfielder, to push up into. Alexander-Arnold then plays a pass into him, breaking the lines of the Arsenal system, and Luiz moves out to confront Keita, but isn't strong enough in the tackle, which results in Firmino gaining possession in the right-sided channel. He plays a perfectly weighted pass for the overlapping Salah, who shows his strength and power to race past Tierney into the box, from where his shot is not pushed away with enough intent by Leno, so falls straight into the path of Sadio Mane, who taps into the empty net. Liverpool's possession dominance then paid dividends again as they took the lead from a goal, once again coming from the right hand side, as Trent Alexander-Arnold had the ball on the right flank ready to put in a deep cross. We can see Bellerin is tracking Mane. What should happen in this situation is that Bellerin passes Mane over to Holding, who is a free man, and then Bellerin can hold his position at the back post. Instead, Bellerin gets drawn in narrow with Mane's run, creating space for Robertson to come round the back post, control the ball and then knock it over Leno to give Liverpool the lead. Going into the second half, the pattern of the game didn't change, with Liverpool still controlling the ball. However, as the game went on, Arsenal's press became less effective. Fabinho was able to get on the ball a lot more, with Lacazette not doing a great job at cutting off the passing lane into him, as he did in the first half. When a pass would go into Fabinho, breaking the front line of Arsenal's press, Elneny and Xhaka weren't close enough or quick enough to stop him being able to turn and then play a pass into Mane, Salah or Firmino, moving in behind the Arsenal midfield. However, in the second half, Arsenal did look a lot more threatening. This was because they were able to exploit Liverpool's high defensive line on multiple occasions. Firstly, it happened with a through ball from Willian to find Lacazette's run, and here we can see the second instance where Ceballos has a ball and Liverpool's backline is about 10 yards too high up the pitch, because there is no pressure on Ceballos as Fabinho has taken up a deep position. What should be happening is that the Liverpool backline recognise a lack of pressure and drop as soon as Ceballos receives the ball. Instead they keep a higher line and Ceballos is able to set Lacazette through on goal, but once again the Frenchman failed to beat Alisson with two clear-cut chances. In a sense, Arsenal's game plan had shown signs of working as their quick transition and attack had opened up Liverpool, but they weren't clinical enough to take advantage of this. Liverpool's possession system was very dominant throughout the game, with their midfield giving the defensive stability to allow Robertson and Alexander-Arnold to be the main source of creating chances via picking up the ball in these deep areas on the flank, and either Alexander-Arnold whipping in an early cross or driving down the line with or without the ball in Robertson's case. Arsenal weren't able to create any more clear chances and Liverpool wrapped up the game with Jota's late strike from the edge of the box. So overall, Arteta's side looked very good, particularly from a system point of view, but they were let down by individual mistakes in the back line and failed to take their chances when they were created, which in the end was the difference between the two sides. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that video, remember to give it a like, subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you get notified when my other videos come out. There will be other videos linked in the description, and if you would like a VPN or cheap football jerseys, click the links in the description below. You'll also be supporting the channel.